let's just say he's worth, well,
He's not. He's a total loser. He's almost bankrupt.
well, okay. So you can say that, and that's fine. But
Can't say he's a loser.
But
Total loser.
But if you say he's bankrupt, you can say that can be your opinion. But the last 60 years, the last 50 years, proves you wrong. Okay,
It doesn't. It proves me wrong.
Cenk basically calls Trump a total loser who is almost bankrupt, and PBD says it's okay to have that opinion, but the last 50 to 60 years of Trump's life prove it wrong. This kicks off the big fight because Cenk attacks Trump's whole life as a big fail, and PBD starts defending it with history. The full picture: Cenk ignores Trump's fame, money, and success to make him sound like a joke. It simply shows that Cenk's anger with Trump is personal. It has no factual basis. Think of Cenk staring at the mirror and thinking about like, who's the real loser, and it points back to him after his own failed try at politics in 2018, where almost no one voted for Cenk. For people who don't know, this is Cenk Uygur, and he is basically a guy who hosts a left-leaning news show called as The Young Turks. And he once ran for the US Senate but lost like hell, and now they start talking politics about the, Trump's money problems in politics, but it turns into a big fight.
Neither did anyone else.
Neither did. But the point is, he's had great victories. He's got kids that are doing well for themselves. He's got a daughter that has
So does
done.
Biden.
Yeah, that was a different angle you took. But where I'm going with this is that's the part where I feel they can't stand the guy because they cannot control him. So for me, when I see what's going on with them wanting to get rid of this guy. And you're like, look, the big donors don't want to give him money. Look how much money he got. No, he can't raise any money. Nobody wants to give him any money. And look at this stuff. Yeah, but the people that are raising money are the people that are not being trusted because they're part of the establishment, left or right. A lot of people are saying. So that's why guys like RFK are getting some momentum. This is why guys like Vivek are getting some momentum. Because Vivek's got his own money. RFK's coming out doing some grassroots stuff. So what are your thoughts on this with Trump?
Yeah. So first of all, with Trump, look, the guy's got insatiable greed. So I don't buy that, he's had enough. He's never had enough, okay? Number two, he's a natural born loser. He's lost at everything except two things. Obviously, he won the presidency in 2016. Yeah, he lost the popular vote, but then Democrats cry about that. And they should. The Electoral College is terrible. It's a disaster. But he won the Electoral College. He won it, right? So you give him that for sure.
Cenk says Trump has endless greed and is a born loser. He admits that Trump won the 2016 presidency but lost the popular vote. And basically, Cenk calls the Electoral College, which is basically the system that picks president by state votes, a disaster. But the truth is that PBD sees Trump as a free spirit who beats the system. Cenk sees greed and one big luck win, skipping how many Trump's small donations beat the big money games of the left people. The Trump's greed made huge buildings, and yours made a show where you yell at your TV. His daughter runs companies, sons build empires, and you're what? The funny uncle no one invites? This part is why you're so angry moment. It's the envy wearing a fake smart guy hat.
For sure. And he's great at marketing. Just blah, 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 Trump, 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 Trump. And Democrats don't get it. They're such knuckleheads. They're like, if we have an accomplishment, we should whisper about it on NPR. No, you should scream at the top of your lungs like Trump does. But having said that, bankrupt 6 times, got clowned in 2020, and he's been crying about it ever since, like a little spoiled brat. Had to have his dad get him into the schools that he got into. He hides his grades from high school and college because he's a loser. He's a spoiled little baby. He blew $413 million from his dad, blew it all. Then he got $400 million from Apprentice. Why was that successful? Because of the producers. I know the producers on that show. They had to treat him like a baby. Hey, baby, come.
Cenk lists a lot of things. Trump filed for bankruptcy 6 times, lost big in 2020, and cried like a spoiled kid, and needed dad's help to get into good schools because he was hiding his grades, blew $413 million from the dad, and got $400 million from the apprentice. But bro, 6 bankruptcies, Cenk, that's not quitting. It's like restarting a video game and still beating the boss. You blame TV bosses for the show's win like it's a kid's coloring book. The truth is that these same producers who made this Trump show flopped elsewhere. All of their other shows flopped. But with Trump, their show was a success because Trump has this rare skill of staying famous, not just becoming famous, but staying famous. Trump made "you're fired" a worldwide yell, and that's not easy to do. Even Mr. Cenk can do it through his own show, The Young Turks.
Yes.
Disagree with you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's pretty good at marketing, right? And he says these terrible things, but people laugh, right? And I get it. And his giant strength that people don't talk about, and no one in mainstream media acknowledges this, he doesn't look fake. I think he's a con man, and he's been a con man his whole life, but he looks authentic because he doesn't go off a prompter. And you think, well, that's a real guy. He's saying crazy crap that nobody else would say. And all the other politicians look like actors. They're robots. They come out like Pete Buttigieg came out from a factory. Everybody knows that, right? Yeah. Gavin Newsom, but also DeSantis and McConnell. They're all robots. They come in, I will do this. I have been told by my donors this is great policy, right? And so he has the feelings of authenticity. But if you look at his records, like you said, great in real estate, he's awful in real estate. In Atlantic City, he built 3 casinos. Everybody said, you're going to cannibalize it, you moron, your own business. And one of his top assistants says he just likes his name in lights. So he'd like to see Trump in Atlantic City, and he bankrupted all 3 because he sucks at business.
You think you're good in business?
Yes.
You think you're good in business?
Yes.
Cenk.
Yes.
Seriously?
100%.
Okay, so when's your birthday, by the way? What month's your birthday? Let me see.
March
30, 21st. Okay. Yeah. You're Pisces.
Aries, beginning of Aries.
Oh, you made it to Aries.
Yes.
Interesting. My dad's in Aries. I get along with Aries. Okay. So he's on April 10th. So you barely are in Aries, though, by one day, right?
Beginning of the spring.
Okay.
You made the cut, man. You made it.
So, okay. Bro, when you say that, for me, I feel like if there's anybody that would be like a pro-Trump guy in a confusing way, it would be you.
Get back to the video.
I know this is like, this guy's lost his mind. You have no clue who the F I am. Are you crazy? There's no way. Because in business, do you have a perfect record with business? No. Do I have a perfect record with business? No.
Nobody does. Yeah.
Nobody does. But, has Trump taken it to certain levels that his dad didn't take it? Yeah, that's not easy to do. His dad wasn't as famous as this guy got. It's a very hard work to do that. There's a lot of kids that are spoiled kids from a rich father who don't do shit with the money, and they become crack addicts, and they become drug addicts, and they hire prostitutes all the time, and they go try to sell their laptops at different places, and they, I'm not saying about anybody specific, but this happens every once.
Saying it about somebody specific.
This kind of stuff does happen every once in a while, right? There's stories like that you hear about. It's like, oh, okay, this guy's going to make it, this guy's not going to make it. So there is something about him. One can say John F. Kennedy became a president because of his father, Joseph Kennedy, because okay, fine. And Joseph Kennedy became successful because his dad had all this money from, okay, fine, okay? There's some of it that's got to go to the credit of the individual. Perfect. So if I listened to you and I didn't know who you were, okay, and I just came to America and I've heard about this Trump guy and I've heard about the Biden guy, and I'm listening to you, I would say that guy is angry at Trump for what reason? He's either envious of Trump, he's angry with him because he sounds personal. He doesn't sound like he's being reasonable.
PBD just nailed it. He identified exactly what's the problem with Cenk. He's envious, and his criticism on Trump is personal. Like, even if this guy filed bankruptcy 6 times, he just bounced back all the way to the top. Oprah hyped him for the president in 1988. Books sold millions. He beat city big shots, raised a top family, and led the country. Many stars kids just mess up because they can't top their dad, and that's true. But let me know what you guys think about all of this situation in the comment section down below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for more sanity, and we'll meet soon in the next video.